It seems like our boy Motobe is pissed and has stopped Hanada and the cord cutter from continuing their fight, as he claimed it has gone beyond sparring. If you recall to a few chapters ago when the fight actually begun, both fighters agreed that this would be an all-out fight, not sparring like we've seen previously with the cord cutter and Dopper Orochi. However, since that claim, both of them have been doing a lot of talking throughout the exchanges, something Motobe actually pointed out throughout this chapter. As such, he doesn't think this is live combat as they claim, which it really isn't, mainly considering what Motobe's last fight in the series actually was, against the one and only Masashi Miyamoto. He came in prepared with everything he had, all of his weapons, going for the most damaging attacks at every instance he could. There wasn't really any talking between the exchanges, Motobe just going in, and provided quite a beating on Masashi throughout. However, it is important to note that the legendary samurai wasn't really going all out as claimed by Motobe at the end of the fight, making it clear that he could have been killed by Masashi at really any point if he really wanted to. However, I believe Motobe is going to connect all of this to, of course, what both of these fighters want, to fight Jack, who is another character who doesn't really mess around, and Motobe knows that very well. A fight that's kind of misunderstood regarding power scaling within the Bakiverse. Motobe on various instances when fighting Jack claimed that when it comes to abilities, physique, etc., Jack is far superior to him in such a way he doesn't really have a chance without the prep time and the use of weapons. On top of all that, the animalistic nature of Jack, which is still existing in his current character, however amplified to the extremes with his new martial art, Gao Dao, making him one of the most lethal characters in the entire series. Therefore, I think Motobe is going to make it clear to these two fighters, based on how they view live combat currently, they're not really going to stand a chance against Jack whatsoever, which I'm hoping actually speeds up this fight. Of course, it's cool to see two more so characters who have been disrespected throughout the series, jobbers per se, get a chance to shine. However, this fight and this little arc between both of them has been going on for quite some time. So if the fight was to continue in the next chapter with both of them going quite serious, I would want it to end. Of course, based on this chapter as well, the cord cutter is definitely in the winning position. Hanada really only landed one attack, with that absolutely doing no damage to the cord cutter, more so just gaining his respect to a degree, while Hanada is bleeding all over his body. If Motobe was to just drop both of these fighters and then make his way to fight Jack, that would be quite insane, as our boy seems to be getting pissed watching this fight, so we'll have to wait and see what happens next. If you want to support the channel while receiving various benefits on screen now, consider becoming a member. So regarding the cord cutter, his skill demonstrated throughout this chapter is quite impressive, especially when you do some comparisons to Hanayama and what happened to him by the hands of Hanada. In this chapter, we see Hanada actually grab one of the cord cutter's arms and proceed to almost slam him in a similar way to what he did to Hanayama. You know, the attack alongside Hanayama's cannon-like momentum that actually knocked the beast out. We get to actually see the cord cutter when facing Hanada in this chapter kinda counter that very same attack, or at least avoid taking damage to a degree where he's actually knocked out, with him doing the following on screen now. Quite the sussy position, not gonna lie, but he was able to avoid any damage. However, he was stunned by this incredible throw, with Hanada of course calling back to him practicing on a certain individual. Then we have the arrival of Motobe, who's talking shit about these two fighting. So as a whole, not a big in-depth chapter, but fairly interesting. However, it's confirmed that Baki Rahen will be on break next week, so you'll see the new chapter, I believe, at the end of November, so stay tuned for that. I have other big videos regarding Baki and the other series I cover in the works, also stay tuned for those. Subscribe for more. That's it guys, peace.